alone wasn't as amazing, but the lineup
he
was
lost
so
versus
good there.
Hero twice, who won the tournament, so it's hard to judge his result based on his performance.
Entirely agree. Well, now spawning up to the top right-hand corner, there is that man right there as our Red Terran. It is Millennium's ForGG. And his teammate spawning down to the south as our blue Protoss. It's Millennium's Babyknight.
Both players back-to-back Premier Leagues. They've been in 4 Premier Leagues now, 3 last season, and of course this being their 4th. And I would expect nothing less from them for the rest of the year as well. ForGG, though, still without a big win. He's gotten close a couple of times. He's had multiple top 4 finishes. And I think he may be able to challenge for this one. I really believe in him to challenge for this one, Kalaris.
I think he will get a good top spot. I really do. But in the there's so many good players in this season. So many good players.
So many top players in Premier League here. But then if you look at Babyknight, what are we expecting from Babyknight? Are we expecting the player that played in Home Story Cup towards the end of last year that beat Liquid Hero 2-0, that
really
beat
well
Hyun 2-1? Are we expecting the same Babyknight which got the top 8 finish from Season 1? Or is this Babyknight that finished in the round of 32 in group stages straight away in Season 2. So there's a big difference of consistency here for Babyknight. And which player turns up today obviously will determine which player advances on from this group.
And we were talking about it on the way here, Sean. It's weird that Babyknight, I mean, as formidable as he is as a non-Korean player, he still never really has those super top finishes.
Yeah. His highest result so far in StarCraft 2 is the 5th to 6th place finish that he got in the original World Championship Series Europe, in the big tournament that was in 2012. That's the highest finish he's ever got in a decently scaled tournament.
He's looking to impress, he's looking to improve and just find one of those top finishes. That's what every StarCraft player wants here. But Babyknight, he's been on the verge constantly, but never really been able to solidify that spot. Can he do it in this season? As for now, ForGG's getting a Reaper expand on the go, and despite being Ultra Zoom Stronghold, no really super early expands. Both players just playing a little bit defensively early on.
Yeah, that's true. No one's really played towards the map. They've just kind of opened up with normal builds here. The one big difference I see is that ForGG is taking out a gas with the reactor.
Yeah.
He may try to squeeze in a 3rd command center, depending on what he spots, or he'll just get the 2 barracks a little bit faster here. We'll have to see when he goes back into gas, really. But Babyknight's opened up with quite a normal build here. We got the Zealot just in case there was a rushed out SCV for an Engineering Blade block or something. Did cancel it, takes the Nexus, adds the Mothership Core, adds the Stalker to prepare himself against the Reaper. And it is quite a regular setup from both players, to be honest.
Yeah, Probe heads out and has a little bit of a look around. But if Babyknight was paying attention to the trajectory of that Reaper initially, he could have determined that his opponent was spawning up to the top right. So he has to be very mindful about his vision. I don't think he has really realized that just yet.
ForGG's added on a really fast factory here. It's going to be a really early +1 attack, and also the option to be able to throw down turrets for his protection. It's a build that we've seen quite a lot. It's a very good +1 attack because you can have +1 attack by a time a lot of gateway timings that come in that could try to break his RAM. And also by the time that you see the regular 10-minute movement out from a Terran player, he'll have +1 attack and armor. In Sacrifice, he loses stim early, he loses the additional barracks early, so it is a bit more risky to play this style. But we do have a Stargate being played here by Babyknight. After taking the double gases after his expansion, he's going to try and make this work here. Bear in mind that he scouted very late, and this is very Babyknight-esque. He is only scouting to find out which way to send the Oracle at this point.
Yeah.
He's not scouting to figure out what the hell ForGG is doing. It doesn't matter to him. He just wants to know where he's spawned.
And the Reaper's going to jump on up and try and have a look around. It actually does Suicide Nun here. Spots the Stargate. That's very good positioning for GG in the end. The Stalker was way out of location to actually deny that. It was initially in the right spot, but moved away.
So what does Babyknight do? Does he still go for an Oracle? You almost have to, right?
I think I was about to say Phoenix, but yeah.
Ooh. Babyknight, what are you doing?
He's keeping on terms with the map, and I like this from Babyknight.
Remember a lot of follow-ups here that Terran players do go for? Remember that Babyknight spotted nothing. Remember that a lot of follow-ups, for example, Pult, Factory a lot. Bunny, Factory a lot. So if we were to see a Widowmine drop or something along those lines, Phoenixes in this point are pretty cool. They're able to stop the Medivacs and so on. And he may even dedicate to using Phoenixes all game. He may continue to build them, depending on what his strategy here is. He's taken all 4 gases pretty fast. He knows his opponent's top right. You know, fortunately here for ForGG, he's not trying to go for that Widow Mine drop or play.
Yeah, I actually think that Phoenix are probably my favorite unit for Protoss right now. I think they're so versatile.
Really?
They're very, very versatile. I was about to say they do the lifting for me because I don't lift in real life, but...
Oh, Calaris.
Duh. But no, I really do like Phoenix. Even in this matchup, if you can, especially on this map in particular, because there is so much locations to abuse through drop play, it really puts a dent in that. And ForGG does like his drop play, but normally also he likes to just hit straight through the middle, and we'll see what he wants to do at this point.
Yeah, Robotics Facility has been added on now, which will allow him to go up towards Colossus, which in hand by hand work very well together with the Phoenixes. Obviously, Phoenix is great against drop play, which ForGG is known for. Great against picking off Vikings, which allow the Colossus to stay alive for longer. But ForGG in this game, even though we've seen quite a bit of different switch-ups around from Babyknight, we see ForGG just playing for a very standard game here. Hey!
No.
Don't blame the name. It's not me.
Don't blame the name. You blamed me all last year.
Yeah, well, that's you.
Oh.
Don't blame. Hey,
that was me.
Calaris.
Damn it. Hashtag.
Yeah, they might pause it. It might not even be affecting the players if they're not pausing it, which is funny. It actually happens sometimes that they don't feel anything.
The SCVs are like teleporting. No, they can feel it now.
You reckon?
Yeah. There you go.
All right, well, looks like we've got another hiccup again, so just bear with us for a second. But as we, just wait for this to maybe settle down, which it may be doing, let's do this game of the day, and here we go. Woo! We're ready.
We're back. All right. Okay, that skip there scared me for a second, but no. It was just me moving my camera, and I didn't do the
Phoenixes, you scan the Phoenixes, but he's going to move out with a drop anyway. And, well, this isn't going to last too much.
Best casting ever as that dies, and he can pick up the Widow Mine.
Yeah. That's a little bit unfortunate because it depends on, he can look at the Stargate and be like, all right, maybe that was just started now, maybe start Phoenix now. But that was a little bit sloppy. You don't ever want to drop against a Stargate when you see Phoenixes being made as well, which he did with the scan. And as you can see, he got punished.
And now he's just going to use these Phoenix as a scouting tool, see what's going on in his opponent's infrastructure. Actually, didn't see that on the right-hand side, but he finds a small vulnerability next to that missile turret. And this is 5 Phoenix now, and he continues on. He's getting up to 6. This is cool.
Yeah.
Will he get any more, though? Yes, he does. 7.
Yeah, so with this style, we saw it in the Interstream Masters, and I walked you through it then, and I suppose I'll do it again in the same in a minute. But there's a drop that's actually escaped the Phoenixes.
Yeah, they managed to get over
with this style, you cannot let drops hit you. You don't have any ground units.
Exactly, and it just wiggles on through. The Phoenix are in the other location. ForGG realized that, tried to take advantage.
Yeah, he's got to come back, but he's going to meet up with all the other Marines here.
He actually has to lift up so many Marines here to actually keep this
Well, you
base
can't stop
alive.
this with Phoenixes. You actually can't just do that with Phoenixes.
Poor little fella. Well, bye-bye third, and he has to retreat. Okay, he's got quite a few units up at this ramp, but still, delaying that third is nice here so far.
Yeah, he'll retake it as soon as this first Colossus is out.
Look how aggressive he's being as well in terms of the reinforcements. Off 3 barracks worth. I mean, he realizes how low you are going to be on those ground units considering the Phoenix position.
Yeah,
so
but the Colossus is out now, so immediately almost minimal downtime on the actual third base here, as long as he doesn't lose that Colossus.
He did lose the probe in the end, so good denial there once again of that third base from going down.
Yeah, you kind of need observers to cover the right-hand side here in case you get dropped again. It's something that's very, very important to be able to help the Phoenixes out. But overall with this style, once this third base is established, we may even see a second Stargate added on, which is usually the case if you want to really clan up with your Phoenix count. And also the Fleet Beacon to get range, and may even see +1 attack being researched, depending on how much he's going to commit to this. But with so many Phoenixes so high already, ideally, he's going to have to do that. But ForGG is already concentrating on Vikings. With only 4 medivacs, I think a drop is almost not going to happen now, and he has to be very careful with his own medivacs because he doesn't want to have to rebuild them at this point. It's Viking, 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 and then take a fight very, very soon once that Viking count rises up fast enough.
Yeah, and once Babyknight actually pokes in here and sees the addition of the second starport a little bit earlier than normal, he may now commit more to his own air. So we get a weird, really strange dynamic that comes out when this kind of thing happens, but it can be entertaining to watch.
Good couple of Marines there, but doesn't want to lose any Vikings. Already loses 1 there. But his Viking count has stopped, which is very cool, I think, because he's not going to commit to this. He's going to switch away from it, which is forcing ForGG down 1 pathway, which isn't going to help him out in the best way. But with a big switch up like this, Babyknight's very weak right now. Like, if he gets hit now and it's somehow identified, then he's weak. ForGG's moving out with a force that is pretty strong. It's being tracked by an observer, so he knows it's coming. And this is probably the weakest point that Babyknight's in. But this is an attack with +2 that should hit just in time this fight finishes for ForGG. So he's not hitting because he knows he's weak. He's hitting because he knows himself is strong.
And it's a good time to hit. With all that transition and all that money sank into it, this could be perfect here. Although he doesn't really have that many Vikings. Only 4 at the front here with this army.
3 Colossus should be enough. Photon Overcharge, Vikings in good position.
Exactly, especially if the Phoenix just swing around here. But he's actually going to lose that instantly and just darts on out of there. He has to be careful, though, because the follow-up here, Babyknight could try and counterattack.
There's a draw. No, there isn't. There's a factory. Yeah, there's definitely a potential to counterattack. He just killed 4 or 5 Vikings.
He did. You're right. And the thing is that this is why the double starport is so important, right? Because he knows that if he does some damage like that, he knows he absolutely has to have that Viking count out, and he's being so adamant about it.
Yeah. I'm surprised that we aren't going to see Babyknight move out here. He doesn't have a forward pylon, though. He doesn't have a lot on the ground units, and he is making a big switch up here. ForGG still, actually with that factory, I was going to say still hasn't really seen it. No, he's seen it. He's seen that this isn't going to be a super heavy commitment to air. No second starport, no fleet beacon. He's seen the switch up to Twilight Council and Templar Archives fast. So ideally, would be wanting just enough Vikings to clear out the Colossus, which is at 4. So you want at least 12 Vikings. I say 12 is the decent amount here. And then go over to Medivacs once again.
Same time now, we have Babyknight moving over to the left, looking to harass with these Phoenix. The third base has only just landed, so ForGG actually hasn't added a missile turret, which he could try and harass, but he's looking to try and catch anything that he can in the air with that.
Storm's not ready. This is another powerful attack. Every time, Babyknight's not quite ready.
The jackhammer of ForGG is about to hit. We were calling him ThorGG back in Intel Extreme Masters, me and Todd, and he certainly hits with a lot of punch. This could be scary. Oh, they're actually so isolated. That one Colossus is going to fall very quickly. And actually, this is a really good position for the Concave, actually, for ForGG. Micros on back, had the advantage of the brush, but great force fields seal off quite a lot of the army. They get absolutely shredded, but all the Colossus are dead.
I think this game's over, unfortunately.
It's just too much. He doesn't have anything on the ground left over. And ForGG, again, with the hammer, he just strikes on down constantly at this third base. And Babyknight's having not too easy a time.
Yeah, I love this ForGG style. Just one engineering bay and focus, and the armory, and just focus on attack upgrades. Screw armor. Let's go for it. This is a beefy, powerful army. And as you can see, it's just going to destroy this third Nexus again.
Bye-bye Nexus. These Zealots trying to help on out, but they don't do much at all. Whopping in a few more and picking up some of these Marauders, but in the end, losing this base so many times and losing... Oh, almost lost another Colossus there. Whilst he has a third base behind this of his own, the power of ForGG's economy is just going to be too much for Babyknight.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose a Colossus here. And this is a... I really like Babyknight's game here. I think it's cool to see these Phoenix styles. I think this was an awesome style where he changed it up in the mid-game compared to what we've seen from players like Myung-Sik and others. He switched over to Templar Archives. But, you know, it was a little bit of everything, and ForGG's aggressive nature just kept on hitting Babyknight when he was at his weakest, as mentioned with this style. You're weak at certain points.
I feel if you're not going to keep going with Phoenix production after seeing 2 Stargates worth of Viking production, then you don't need the amount of Phoenix that he committed to earlier on. He had like 8 Phoenix.
Yeah, that's not that much, though. I mean, if you think about the normal when you play this style, it's like 16 or more.
Yeah, it can be, yeah. It's a cool style to see come out from Babyknight, and I do like that he mixed it up as well, but in the end, he's just got run over.
Yeah, I mean, keep on losing this. If he hadn't have lost his third base, then this would have been a different game, but he's kept on losing it, which has really hurt his income, and especially because his main base is almost mined out, while ForGG's just been, all right, miney from my 2E, 3E basey, and he's got a decent income. As you can see, and he's about to take a 4th base as well, with that being under construction. So overall, ForGG is going to move out again in the next couple of moments, because it's one big wave, build up, one big wave, build up. And if every time he does that one big attack and breaks the third base, then every single time the next follow-up is going to be even stronger. Because it's not just the army that he's rebuilding, it's the upgrades he's also adding on to it, which Babyknight can't afford.
And unfortunately for Babyknight, ForGG's macro just doesn't slip. It just doesn't slip. He keeps on pushing on forwards with it. He's just going to establish that base, and I don't see how he could even ever hold off this assault. I mean, Storms can do well. Let's be fair. Storms are pretty good, but I don't think they're this good.
ForGG dances in the rain, man.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He controls the storms. He is ForGG, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
He does whatever he wants.
Oh, well.
Most people take an umbrella outside when it's raining. ForGG stands in the rain and says, you know what? I don't care.
Doesn't care, man. He just lets the Vikings soak it all up. He's going to try and poke forwards. And we'll get a... He doesn't actually... It doesn't even matter. Well, when the Vikings are going to soak up the storms, I didn't quite mean like that. But he got the Colossi anyway, so it doesn't really matter in the end.
Big drop. This is... I mean, it's a valiant effort from Babyknight to keep in this game, but look at the production tab.
Yeah. An immortal. Go.
It's very starved Babyknight right now.
Feedback! But there's nothing really to feedback because they don't have enough energy. That's a lot of units. Poor Babyknight is getting... the high
in the middle.
Oh,
that's brutal.
Well, okay. He lost a lot. And now this army's just going to sit in his main. There you go. G.
Force. And they die fast against Colossus if you mess up.
Yeah, they do. They do. All right, spawning up to the top left. Currently 1 game down here in our Millennium team kill. It is Babyknight. And down to the south as our red Terran, it is ForGG. But one thing that's good about Ghosts is that once you get to like a really, really nice big economy and a big strong army, they're so supply efficient, which is something that really goes overlooked. And they can be so powerful. You see people like Happy for the longest time went like Ghost Viking.
Yep.
And it was such a strong army, very difficult to ever break because of how compact it was and so strong.
Yeah, it's a great style, Vikings and Ghosts. I like Vikings and Ghosts. They're the 2 units you need the most when it comes to the later stages.
Yeah.
Who needs SCVs? Who needs Marines and Marauders? You need a few, but Ghosts and Vikings, man.
SCVs are a good melee unit, but not that good. Not that good.
All right, so 12 barracks here. From ForGG, we should be just seeing the Reaper expansion again. It is the best build against Protoss players. The Reaper option is so incredibly useful to be able to pick up information. And as we mentioned, on a map like this with very large open main bases and a cliff all the way around, you can jump in, spot, scout, get out, usually quite effectively. And that's going to be what he's going to have to utilize in the earlier stages. But it also can be utilized for Protoss players too if we were to see Babyknight play Blink, which... history tells us he loves to blink.
Oh, yeah. He likes the blink, man. It's, why wouldn't you like blink?
Yeah, he sits in front of his PC all day and just blinks and blinks and blinks. He's a blinker.
I have a hard time blinking without thinking about it, Sean. Think about that.
Blinking without thinking?
Yeah, without thinking about it. That's why I blink funny sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I like consciously have to think about blinking sometimes. It's really annoying.
It's like, I need to blink in a second. I don't want... Oh, there we go. I blinked.
It's horrendous.
It's kind of the same like Protoss players, really.
They have to think about blinking?
Yeah.
I mean...
Remember what I said last broadcast?
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. At the Intel Extreme Masters, we had that game where, like... Who was it who just blinked up straight into the army? He didn't think about blinking that time. I can't remember who it was, but that was...
Silly Protoss players. That's what that is.
You gotta think. Think before you blink. All right. Anyway, ForGG, go.
But notice, not a Reaper first. It was Reactor, then double Reaper.
Yeah, and we've seen this quite a lot on this map. Just to be able to control, because it is such a great map for Reaper. Why not have 2?
And it's also good for proxy structures around the map too,
yeah.
So he'll be looking for. But Babyknight's actually mining a lot of gas. This is one base blink coming out. He's got 3 and 3 really early on. This will require a sacrifice of the command center on the low ground here. But this also should be spotted pretty easily. Because with this build, you can't get the Mothership Core straight away. It's only a Stalker. Reaper's faster than Stalker already, and there's 2 of them in this case. So he definitely shouldn't be missing this. But this is, so far, a super well-executed build. You can't really mess up with a build like this if you know your old timings. So, I mean, he'll get Blink exactly on time. He'll add this gateways exactly on point. Like, Blink straight away, Chronoboost straight away, 2 gateways straight away. But this is going to be spotted really, really fast.
Yeah, and those
like, he goes in and is like, oh boy.
Well, I know how this game's going to go.
Yeah, he knows exactly. So, he starts the factory, by the way, not the extra barracks follow-up, and he will lift his command center because there's no way you're defending on this map that kind of surface area. So
you're right. There's just way too much. All of this area that we're currently showing you is the defend zone. And ForGG, well, He's getting himself out. Widow Mines. I do like this choice.
Yep, there's no detection, obviously, in this game. It's pure 3-gate Stalkers with Blink. Mothership Core is on the way to grant its vision. There are double gases down for ForGG, so his gas count's got to climb up. Does he try to go up to tanks in this game with double gas?
Could do.
He's got another barracks coming in. But let's find out here. Uh-oh.
Let's not... Oh,
it's Babyknight! It's not us!
It's not us! Woo!
Woohoo!
Babyknight's like, uh-oh. Anyway, let's get back into this. You're right, though. I mean, we saw Bunny defend so well with siege tanks against Naniwar in Group A. But this addition of one Widow Mine could help him out quite a bit to hold on until that siege tank comes out.
Yeah, he's got one bunker.
It's not us.
Ting tang.
Oh, it is! No!
Oh, no. It is me. Oh, damn it.
Your mood changed very quickly then, Sean.
God damn it.
No! No!
I was getting so happy then. I thought we were right smooth.
Even singing the cartoons. Was it what were they called, the cartoons? I think they were, right?
I don't know what that song is. I know the song. I just can't remember the song.
You don't know the Witch Doctor?
Yeah, that's it. Witch Doctor. I know the song. I just couldn't think of the right one. I stopped lagging now. My PC's not doing it anymore. Can I play now?
I don't think you want to come out to play with these Blink Stalkers, man.
Can I get down from the dinner table now, please? I finished.
No, you got to eat all your greens, man.
Ah, okay. I've stabilized, I think. Let me just double check something. Yeah, I'm okay.
You think you're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Let's try. Seems have stopped lag.
I'm okay.
Go, go. I'm okay.
Okay.
All right, back into the serious time, Sean. Serious time.
This is a big attack coming off. The Nexus is down, by the way. But I was gonna say what a sexy Reaper Scout on the left hand side of it. He got stopped by 2 Stalkers.
Did it?
On the super left.
These guys?
All the way up the top left.
These guys?
Yeah, they killed a Reaper.
Good job, Stalkers.
Widowmine's in good position. First tank's almost out here.
Oh, yeah, they did.
But with the Nexus coming down, and that just means that this game will obviously go on for Babyknight.
Yeah.
And if he cannot break his opponent or do much damage, he'll easily just keep on probing. He may try to get charge early, he may try to build in a forge, but at least he'll poke around to see what damage he can get.
Yeah, and he's going to have a little bit of a look, see what's going on. He has to blink
Widow
up,
Mine.
sees the Widow Mine,
But
that kills off 1 Stalker.
But that's not like, that's kind of good, but kind of bad, because the Marines are already doing damage to that Stalker anyway,
Yeah.
and it died off anyway. But he's seen the tank now.
Yeah, has to fall back
Where's
from
pro
that.
production? Come on, show me pro production. Is he going to build 3 more Stalkers before probes?
He has to go back to pro production. I don't
You think so, but he would have already started it, so there's 3 probes. 3 Stalkers.
Well, okay. The one good thing for him here is that the Mothership Core sees the siege tank all the time, right? So
Yeah.
if he sees it unsiege, he can try and make something happen from there. So that's one real advantage to this.
Look at this position that Babyknight's got. Oh, the Widow Mine.
But also at the same time,
Wait, what?
4GG, during all of this, he's losing Stalkers. You know, he positioned these barracks at the back here just so that when he would like to add the tech lab, it wouldn't be vulnerable. So all these small things for 4GG, I think, are doing all right for him.
Yeah, he should be chrono boosting probes while doing this, and just trying to. He's definitely got a weak point on the far left.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's where he was exploring before.
He actually saw the tank on siege. Oh, he misses it. Only,
so close.
only like 15 hit points.
That was very, very close. He has to be careful about that.
Yeah, I think swinging around to the left again is definitely an option here for Babyknight while building probes.
But that's the scary thing that you run the risk of. If you're a Protoss in this position, if you jump in there and try and focus down a siege tank but don't kill it, you're wasting Stalkers for a siege tank that's going to be full health next time you go in.
Yeah, here we go. This side, beautiful. Supply depots, SCVs, gas, beautiful. This is definitely weak.
Yeah, this is a very nice spot to actually go into. These 3 siege tanks, one of them has to reposition itself over on the left-hand side, but then you run the risk of getting that one killed off from range because the Marines can't quite easily complement it.
Can't be losing SCVs when your opponent's chrono boosting his. It's now 34 to 21, and this is already a critical amount of damage. But
oh, he blinks forwards. He gets the siege tanks. One of them falls. A nice movement forwards there by 4GG, but the Mothership Core kept an eye on things. Really nice move by Babyknight.
oh no, the counterattack has been seen. But oh, I wonder if he saw it. He should have saw it.
I think he did.
It. He could lose all these Marines now. Oh, he went up the right flank, then obviously re-clicked, and they pathed backwards, then through the middle. And now it's been spotted. Oh, this would have been so good. I was actually going to talk about it before he blinked. Oh, he's been caught. Now this hurts. That would have been such a good move.
So much lost.
And what, like I said, he was going up the right flank.
Yeah.
And then he clicked on the natural nexus again, and they walked backwards because it's actually faster to go through the middle instead of kind of manually moving them. Oh, and now the Immortals are on the way, the Gateways are on the way, the probe count's double.
He like has to do something right now. He has to actually do something because this is getting out of hand. And the Blink Stalkers get themselves a few Marines for the cost of 1 Stalker and blink back once again, get a few more Marines because they know that they can trade unless those siege tanks want to siege up, and then it slows down the push here from ForGG. And this is just a catastrophe for him.
Yeah, 2 Zealots get warped into the fight there. Forward blink, and this is over. GG. And
really well played.
Is tied up.
The blue Protoss. It's Millennium's Babyknight. And up to the top left, we have our red Terran. It is Millennium's ForGG. And we've had a lot of fun so far, Sean. It's been fun, despite little hitches.
Yeah, we're 2 hours into the show. It doesn't seem like it because we're having so much fun.
Fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love WCS. It's actually one of my most favorite things in the whole wide world.
It's really fun to cast.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. It really is. We're only in the round of 32. And I'm looking forward to the round of 16 shows, and then the round of 8, and then who's the champion. Although that's pretty self-evident. I think everyone looks forward to who's going to be the champion.
And then once we finish with the top 8 to find out the champion of Season 1, I'm off to Australia.
Oh, you are?
The right next day, I think it is.
Wait. After we find the champion?
Sunday night would be, and then Monday, I think, or Tuesday, I'm flying to Australia. I'm going to my brother's wedding.
You're going to be gone for a while.
And then I'm gone for 2.5 weeks.
It's not 3 anymore. Oh, yeah, because you have to change it, right?
I have to change it. It's 2.5. And then I'll be back, and then not too long, a week after or a week and a half later, it starts up again, Premier League. So busy life.
You get a cool break, though,
I'm looking
Australia.
Forward. I've been there before, and it was an amazing place, and really is. And brother's getting married, so I have to go. So.
Yeah. I've got family there as well, but I've never been.
It's great.
You know, when I went to Finland, my parents said to me, you can go to Australia. I think they just wanted to get rid of me for a while, I'll be honest with you. But I was like, no, I'm going to go to Finland instead. And they were like, oh, okay, then you've just saved us like £800. So that's fine by that. Oh, well.
You have to go one day.
I think I will.
Reaper opening again by ForGG, or at least set up for Reaper opening. Could be Reactor, but it is just going to be the Reaper here.
Yeah.
Whereas Babyknight's opened up exactly the same again here, which is just a 1 gate, 1 gas. No Zealot at all in this game. He's just going to cut that corner, which if there was an Engineering Bay, I'm saying. He's built the Zealot late, but obviously if ForGG walks in there, he doesn't know when it was started. He's going to cancel it anyway.
Sean, what's your preferred decal of choice?
Decal?
Yeah, this little thing that
I don't use
Babyknight's got a hook.
I don't use them.
You don't use any?
Nope.
Oh, I like the hook. I use the hook.
I don't use any.
The hook's cool. There's the new Starcraft one though, right? As well, the little stars.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't use decals.
You just play.
No, I just play.
Ah, I like cosmetic things.
Yeah, maybe I'll have a look later.
All right.
Mothership Core on the way, which is standard. Stalker is the second unit here, which should be followed. Mothership Core obviously not fast enough to track the Reaper. And so the Stalker's going to aid out in that regard. And then we should be seeing a gas and then a pylon come out from Babyknight to finish up his build. And then we can start to see what tech he's going to be looking to throw down very, very shortly.
I wonder what he's going to go for. I don't think... I mean, Stargate's certainly an option on this map, but I think he might change things up. We'll have to see. But aside from that, look at this. ForGG goes right back into that quick engineering bay and straight up to that. So... how we anticipated him playing is certainly coming true.
Yeah, a bit of a late pylon there from Babyknight, I think, but it's okay. Just a small little thing there. But as mentioned, ForGG Engineering Bay for his possible attack, like he did on Altazim a little bit earlier on. And the Reaper pokes in, sees nothing, sees all 3 pylons in a row. That's actually the best feeling in the world. And the reason for that is like, all right, well, you're not going to tech up, really. You're not going to go Twilight Council most likely, or Stargate, because if you are, then I just scan right there and it's easy to spot. So I think we may be seeing just a normal game from Babyknight, like Robotics Facility and Forge come out next, potentially.
Yeah. Also gives him peace of mind that unless he's gone for some crazy 4th pylon elsewhere, there's probably no proxy going on.
Yeah.
So that's nice. As he is setting himself up nice and strong with those double barracks once again here. ForGG ramping up that production. And then, yeah, the Robo. So we do see the deviation. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a switch up here, which may be read into by ForGG. It's not certain. You can't see 3 pylons like that and say he's not teching, because that's not true.
Yeah.
It's just more likely that he isn't teching because he's not trying to hide it. So it's just Robo, 2 extra gateways for extra protection against movements outs, and so on and so on and so on. And even the gas has been taken. So by the looks of it, Whoop.
Oh, he's going to lose that. If he keeps going, he loses that, but he decides to pull back with the Marines. Doesn't want to lose too many of them.
Yeah, nice macro there by Babyknight.
Has to be careful. You have to be careful. And now we have the double gateways going down.
Ooh,
He
nice
drops
scan.
the scanner, sees
just
everything.
bang in the middle on those 3 pylons. And sees the robot, sees the 2 gateways. He knows he's going to see a normal game here. Which, when I say normal, is most likely Colossus. Still could be Templar Archives style. Look at this. It's another great use of these units.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, Babyknight's always very proactive with his units. Likes to get just small bits of damage done with his units.
And I really, really like what you mentioned previously about these, the 3 pylons, but with the scan smack dab on those. Because as a Terran player, if you go within there and see those initial 3 pylons like that, you can pretty much determine that unless your opponent's gone thrown down an extra pylon somewhere else, it's very likely that the buildings are going to be close to those. Because where else could he actually throw them?
Exactly.
So it lines up really nicely here for ForGG to preempt what his opponent's up to.
So I'm just going to enter the mid game. Twilight Council and Forge together, though. This looks like we are going to see Templar Archives focus play, not Colossus, which obviously was one of the branches that Babyknight could have swung down, and he is going to do that. +1 attack and blink is not exactly what I expected to see. I expected armor and charge, actually. But attack upgrades and blink, great against really aggressive players here. You can punish them. You'll be able to blink and pick off the medivacs when they're over aggressive. But the weakness of this is, with this kind of style, you don't have any splash damage right away. So you have to have the right amount of units, and you cannot just throw units away. You lose a couple of Stalkers carelessly, well, you're probably just going to die to the push. So he's got to be very, very careful with his control.
Where did that observer go? He came in and had a look around and sees the tech labs wearing away. And this is what I was about to mention. The fact that plus weapon starts, I was anticipating the Robo Bay coming down because normally if you see the armor, it is for all of that charge and everything like that.
Help the Zealots out.
Yeah, but with plus weapons, going for the Robo Bay adds extra damage to those Colossi. Like, why would you need weapons as much if you were just going to be going for Storm as your AoE of choice? Yep. So it's a cool choice.
And ForGG knew that something like this would happen, not exactly sure, but didn't really care because it's not going to affect his build because it wasn't going to happen early, the decisions that Babyknight was going to make. But what we have to be very, very careful of now is this movement out by ForGG, which is very normal, but as mentioned, he doesn't know what his opponent's doing. So, for example, if he overextends here, picks up, moves forward, and his units get blunked on, then he's losing a lot.
Has to be especially careful, you're right.
Babyknight sees this, remember?
He does. He knows that's coming. Those force fields could quite easily land, catch a few of those units and push it on the back. And, I mean, he doesn't even necessarily have to chase at this point, but it's a good position too. I mean, those Marines can't really do a whole lot as long as he blinks properly here with these units, and we'll continue that. But he's outside of photon overcharge range. He blinks forwards to catch off one of the medevacs.
Great.
Will he get a second one? Yes, he does. Really nice pickups.
Yeah, that +1 attack helping out there, and he makes a fantastic catch. Great setup. Unfortunately, ForGG didn't see this coming, and now he's lost a lot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, behind this, ForGG is going to be very defensive. He's going to be like, oh, because this can be in a Colossus attack. It can be a super massive gateway timing. And overall, he can't be aggressive out on the map now against these Stalkers, which means Babyknight, freely, go ahead, take your third base, my son.
It's on the way already. He's happy. He's a happy chap, as we have even Colossi being added on. And he's now going up to charge here after using that blink as the kind of the middle ground between all of this. I mean, he finds himself a factory. So did we have no, we didn't have a second starport added on just yet. But in this game right now, he kind of doesn't need it just yet, at least.
And that factory trying to get a bit of information here. And
sees a cannon.
Sees a cannon. Absolutely. It doesn't really see the unit composition still. So he's going to be a little bit surprised by these Colossus simply because he doesn't know. He sees Zealots being warped in, which would push us to believe that this is a more gateway focus. Maybe double Forge, maybe Zealot charge nice and early and stuff like this. But once again, Babyknight sees this.
He's preempting him so well in this game and really keeping a good eye on all of his army
isn't ready, though. Oh, that's a nice cheeky blink.
He tried to get one of those medevacs, but in the end, now those 2 Colossi are going to help out considerably. ForGG can't stay here.
Again, another medevac goes down.
Yeah.
Colossus has been revealed. Thermal Lance almost done, which is missing there. And this Observer, I'm surprised it hasn't been scanned yet.
King Observer.
It's got a lot of information.
Yeah.
And also there's an Observer on the other side which sees the 3rd command center that's been built, and it's very far behind. So Babyknight will be saying to himself, I'm in a sick good position, baby.
Dude.
Night.
Oh, God.
Because He's got a third way faster than the Terran. He's got double
Yeah.
forge coming in now with the second one coming in, so he can go to 2-2. He just needs to keep on defending his lead because he is in a great position.
Nice poke in here by ForGG, but at the same time, he can't really stick around. These Colossi do a lot, especially with the blink forwards catching off another medevac. He knows he doesn't have to contend with Vikings, so I'll pick off medevacs instead with these blinks. He's overextended a little further, though. He doesn't really have to go this far.
Still, the 3 Colossus going to be unrivaled here in the middle. There's 2 Vikings, but
yeah,
it's
not going to do much.
And Babyknight's at 62 probes. Needs a few more, really, to saturate that third base, which you'll see, I assume, being built in the next couple of seconds. And he's got 2-2. Colossus still has everything he needs. Temple Archive's even coming in now. So, absolutely beautiful game here from Babyknight. I loved his opening. I loved his strategy. I loved his build. I love him. Sorry, I got really carried away in the moment.
You really did. You know what's crazy about all of this, though, is that ForGG wasn't very proactive at all about building SCVs. He was just going straight for the aggression. He was only at 48 workers during all of this, whilst Babyknight was sat around at 62. So, not the most amazing overeconomies. He's going to go for it again, but this army's very strong here by Babyknight. The Zealots charged forwards in a brilliant wave, complementing those Colossi shots, and ForGG slowly getting killed off.
Yeah, this is not looking too good there, is it? These Colossus just unrivaled.
It's hard to deal with. And, like, he's not really being super active about adding on the Vikings either. And the Vikings on the left-hand side, they could get blinked under if he'd have spotted those. He doesn't have Mothership Core with this army, though, so it doesn't have quite the vision he would like.
Yeah, this SCV production you pointed out is a really good point there. It's just so low. And it's great for the mid stages when he is super aggressive, building a lot of units. He's able to build a lot more army supply for what his supply can actually hold because of his low SCV count. But overall, it's going to hurt him now. It's going to hurt him to the extent where Babyknight can take this game 2-1.
And he's only on 1 medevac. So he's trying to make Vikings, but he also needs medevacs. He doesn't have a factory to rebuild a second starport.
Yeah.
He's in a really, really bad spot. It's ForGG here. Babyknight could quite easily take this all the way.
And as a Protoss player, you say, oh, my 2-2 upgrades are going to complete. Let me try to attack. But this is more like, I'm going to attack. Oh, great, my 2-2 upgrades are almost completed.
Yeah.
Great. That's fantastic news.
And can even just have Archons in the mix as well.
They're not
Why
gonna
not?
Die. I mean, there's so many Marauders that do low damage to these Archons. And
it's the Babyknight
no
Protoss pick and mix. And unfortunately here, ForGG has no money to pay for it all. Oh! Loses a Viking there. Every single Viking that dies, any air unit that dies at all, be it a medevac or a Viking, for ForGG right now is an absolute big blow.
And ForGG's going to stim, and this is his last sprint.
The final hurrah, but I don't think it's going to work against 6 Colossi that just march in. GG, Babyknight.